Alrighty then, my Jedi and Sith friends, hello and welcome to another Star Wars video. It is I coming at you once again, your friend and your favourite galactic hostess, Star Wars Meg. I hope you're having an awesome day. So D23 Expo is just around the corner, and word on the street is that we're getting a Star Wars Starfighter teaser trailer that's going to be public, as well as some Ahsoka Season 2 footage, but unfortunately it's going to be behind closed doors, just for those in attendance. This is always a really frustrating situation because it's a flip of the coin if StarWars.com posts any of the photos from it, or if they just leave us in the dark. And in the end, we're often left relying on cell phone footage, which is fine, it's gonna have to do, but is grainy, shaky, and we miss a lot of crucial details. If I was Disney, if I was Lucasfilm, considering things are very quiet at the moment, just do it.
Do it.
Show us both trailers, show fans what's in the pipeline, what you're working on, and what we can expect. And so in regards to the Ahsoka trailer, today we've got a rumour from someone who has information about what's going to be in it, and they've essentially spilled the beans. This same account has said a few things about Starfighter, which are also pending being debunked or being verified, and so at the moment, we don't know 100% if they're legit. Some fans do believe what they say, whereas others have been a bit more skeptical. It could be right, it could be wrong, and we're gonna find out soon enough. D23 Expo is in just 2 weeks' time, but the way that I'm presenting it to you guys today is as a wild rumour, so please do take it with an enormous grain of salt. But nonetheless, I have to admit, the leaks are pretty interesting. So let's take a look, but before you do, make sure to hit the big subscribe button down below, ring the bell for notifications, but no more jibber jabber, let's dive straight into it. So these are some supposed shots from the Ahsoka D23 teaser trailer. It begins with a non-Force ghost Anakin in a new outfit, and immediately I'm thinking, is this a Clone Wars era flashback? In the first season, Anakin appeared in two ways, in the World Between Worlds to Ahsoka, and then at the end, as a Force ghost. And I suppose if he's not got the shiny blue hue around him, this is going to be a flashback. But they note he is wearing a new outfit. There was also a rumour a few weeks ago that maybe on Peridea, because the second galaxy might function like Mortis, Anakin might be able to appear in several different ways. The original poster actually clarifies what they mean by this, and they say, quote, "I would imagine the shot from the trailer is from a flashback/vision sequence. So like in Season 1, it could be flashbacks to the Clone Wars or the general prequel era." But moving on to frame number 2, unsurprisingly they say the ghost is involved in a space battle. I would argue that even if you were someone who was trying to fake Ahsoka leaks, this is a pretty safe bet. Hera, Chopper, Jason, Zebarelios according to the art at Star Wars Celebration, and even Ezra are a huge part of Season 2 for the New Republic. So of course the ghost is going to be back, and of course, and I'm sorry if I sound a bit too reductive when I say this, there are going to be more literal Star Wars. According to one of the earliest teasers by Dave Filoni for Ahsoka's second season, this is where Hera goes head to head with Thrawn. And this is supposed to rhyme with their relationship and the tension that existed between them in Star Wars Rebels. And some of the earlier sources said, the New Republic discovers Thrawn's presence on Dathomir very early on. And we know, thanks to some official concept art, our heroes are going to go there. And according to our good friend Morai, who has some really solid sources where it comes to Ahsoka, Ezra is going to fight a big titan, a huge green lizard. Could this be a Nidak like the ones from Jedi Fallen Order? They then say that Thrawn is walking on his ship in a new outfit. Now to my mind, this is either really good fan math or they know something legit, because a few months ago Lars Mikkelsen confirmed that in Season 2 he appears a bit slimmer. Not that he needed to be, I do think some of those fan complaints were ridiculous, and he's got a new costume and blaster, and he experimented with multiple outfits. And is this really surprising? At the end of the day, he was stuck on Peridea for a really long time, and so it stands to reason that where it came to wardrobe choice, the Grand Admiral was pretty limited. So now that he's returned to the known galaxy, I wouldn't be surprised if they freshened him up. Something else with Thrawn that I'm really looking forward to is learning about his overarching plan. I know we've spoken about how it has to connect to the Grisk and the canon, Timothy Zahn stuff, but I'm also hoping that John and Dave stay true to their word about connections to the Mandalorian and Grogu. I know it might sound implausible, but I still love the theory that Colonel Ward is a double agent. Even if she was once part of the rebellion, she might have defected. And by getting Mando to wipe out some of the other Shadow Council members, she's helping Thrawn to get rid of weaklings, to thin the herd and get rid of the remnants that don't serve his purposes. It's a pretty genius theory, but would Lucasfilm have the guts to do it? That would be a very cool connection, because the dismantling and infiltration of the New Republic was already on full display in The Mandalorian's 3rd season. Remnant spies might occupy numerous New Republic positions. Next they say, Ezra ignites his lightsaber while surrounded by enemies. This sounds very exciting, not too much info on who he's fighting. Again, could be a very good guess. I'm pretty sure that Dave Filoni said that both Ahsoka Season 2 and his future movie open with an Ezra moment. And because Lucasfilm trailers do seem to favour the first 4 episodes of a show, I wouldn't be surprised if this is right, even if it's just a fan guesstimate. I really like that word. Same with guesstimation. But then they say that Ahsoka wanders through a cave. This is also pretty accurate, I would say, my friends, because we know from some of the concept art that Ahsoka and Sabine are going to be searching for Baylan. They know he's after a presence, which they too might have felt, because both of them are Force sensitive. I don't know if they're aware of the implications of it, but they've probably worked out it's something very dangerous. And then Sabine is once again practicing her lightsaber skills, in this instance using a reverse grip, while also being a badass Mando at the same time, and using her flamethrower. Next up, a new look at Dathomir. This is something I'm super curious about, because Ahsoka Season 2's production moved to the UK. They did use some virtual sets, but you guys know me. As a prequel fan, I love the super weird and wonderful alien planets. And you know, Dathomir has existed since the 80s in Star Wars lore, and Disney finally gave us a live-action glimpse at the end of Ahsoka Season 1. And now, we're finally getting a proper live-action exploration. Are they going to use elements from Fallen Order? Could there be more connections to Asajj, Mother Talzin? Considering it's a Dave Filoni project, I wouldn't rule anything out. And then they say that the trailer is narrated with dialogue from Ahsoka Tano herself. And we also get a look at Baylan and Shin. Now, like I said, I have no clue if this is legit, but I guess it just sounds like vague things we already knew about Season 2. I could be wrong about this, but this, point for point, is exactly what you would expect, showcasing the main characters, the main ships, the main planets, and throwing a bit of Anakin in there. I'm excited to find out though. And they also say that the trailer for Starfighter is over 2 minutes long. It could just all be nonsense, but crazier things have happened. And even if this turns out to be completely wrong, as always I will be doing a full breakdown of what is shown. But what do you guys think? Are you looking forward to D23 Expo? And what kind of footage do you want to see? And if you enjoyed this one, please be sure to give me a big fat thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and may the Force be with you, always.